Guys, we're jumping into one of the most unbelievable courtroom moments where a father tries to lower child support using an excuse no one saw coming. What begins as a routine hearing instantly turns into pure drama that sets the tone for everything ahead.
The current recommendation is set based upon my last year's earnings, which was calculated based upon an average hours of 50 hours per week. However, my employer only schedules me 40 hours per week at the beginning of each year and at the end of each year, and increases my hours to 45 during the peak season. I work at a golf course. Last year, I had 1 week where I worked 70 hours. This upwards of the extra allotment of hours was driven by events that won't be recurring for the foreseeable future. Like we had the Michigan Amateur Golf Tournament and a mass cleanup from that ice storm we got at the beginning of last year. Like I said, the overtime is not guaranteed, so my income is therefore going to be variable and most likely lower than previously averaged. I have financial obligations to my fiance and stepchildren right now, and it's something called a nafaka. She is a Muslim born in Indonesia, and under their Islamic law, this is applicable to our marriage and enforceable in Indonesia, I am obligated to provide financial maintenance for my fiance and our minor stepchildren. This includes covering essentials like housing, food and groceries, clothing, medical care, and education. Part of it being getting English classes for the children right now in preparation for them to come over to the United States. It's difficult right now for her to meet her financial obligations over there without my continued support, because she only makes $191 per month at her job. And the only way that she can continue to provide for her children and herself is if I continue to send money to her. And under Islamic law over there, our marriage can be dissolved because I don't meet these obligations. Right now, I'm also trying to bring her and the children to the United States. I'm incurring extraordinary costs with legal representation and filing fees for the K-1 visa and K-2 visas for the children. I have to pay for document translations from her native language of Bahasa to English, such as birth certificates, her divorce decree from her and her ex-husband, and any other paperwork that's going to be coming up along with that. I also have to get all those notarized, which costs a lot more. Notary fees for things like letters of travel consent for the children, her intent to marry me once she comes over here. There's a travel pass that I have to pay for them as well. It's something that even domestically they're forced to get, and I have to pay for their airfare to go to a medical examination before they can even come over here, round trip. And then there's the flight to the United States that I need to save up for, which is going to cost a large amount of money. And these combined with the attorney fees are projected to be in the tens of thousands of dollars. I also have to save up money because upon arrival, my fiance will be unable to work pending her green card approval. So I'm bearing the cost of paying for her food and the children's food and replacing any essentials left behind because they're only going to be able to take a small amount of clothing. So when they get here, I'm going to have to purchase beds, bed frames, bedding, dressers for the kids, toys, additional clothing for them.
I understand, sir, that you got a lot of expenses associated with that. Any other issues with the calculation?
Not with the calculation itself, just more on some loss I took financially this last year, where I lost $46,000 due to a cryptocurrency scam.
All right, thank you. Ms. Foreman, is there anything that you wish to say?
I reached out to Tim in August about not seeing Bryce for 5 consecutive years, asking him to kind of maintain that relationship with Bryce as he is at a fragile state in life, being 15. He did visit with Bryce once and has not spoke to either of us since. That visitation was on August 17th. I reached out on the 18th and asked that he just remain consistent with Bryce, because he has said to me over and over that he wishes that his dad was part of his life. And again, he's a teenage boy, and I feel like that's really important. I did send paperwork to Tim in regards to reimbursing me for his 37% of medical costs, and those medical costs were only for the extraction of his wisdom teeth, as well as a physical for his tennis. He did not respond to that, and the dollar amount on that was only, I believe, $370 that he would have owed for his 37%. And that didn't include the $7,400 that I paid out of pocket for Bryce's braces. It did not include $363 that I paid for Bryce's therapy for a year. It didn't cover over $600 I spent for Bryce to attend tennis, several camps, as well as the sport itself. So I feel like he hasn't really had to contribute much to the life of Bryce the last 15 years, other than his required amount of child support. And I would also reach out to him asking that he could pay his child support on time, because I had to pay out of pocket for those wisdom teeth to be pulled, which was $3,000 out of my pocket.
All right, thank you. So in front of the court, he indicates that your calculation was based on him working 50 hours per week. Do you know how you calculated his support amount?
I do. So he submitted W-2s from 2024 from to his employer and unemployment. That was the amounts that I inputted in. So that wouldn't factor anything from 2025. So that was actual earned income off of W-2s.
Okay. All right, so it sounds like your income was based on what you earned in 24 through employment as well as unemployment. When an individual has sort of seasonal and varying income, the court can factor in a few years worth and come up with it that way. Because if it's not always consistent, we can certainly do that. But the court's indicating they based this off what you made in 2024 and not 2025, when you might have had extra income, which might not occur in the future. So if you want, I would allow you to submit your 2025, your 2024, and in 2023, did you work at the same place?
Yes, it did.
If you want to submit 23, 24, and 25, we would take an average of those years as your income, or we would stick with what we've had from 2024. As to all the expenses you list regarding a new relationship, none of those are factors that the courts use to deviate an individual's child support to a different child. There are a list of potential deviation factors in the support manual. None of them are related to those expenses that you are incurring for the new family. So
I did
I'm not
have
making
one
any-
other, sorry.
All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I did have one other thing. I did obtain a personal loan last year that was based upon my payment was based upon how much I made during the year. They were not going to give me the loan originally because they believed that I wasn't going to be able to pay it with my current rate of pay. But bringing the price down, they allowed me to do it at the current rate that I'm making right now.
All right, so where we're at here is I'll give you an option. You can withdraw your objection and we'll keep the calculation where it was at based on what you earned in 24. Or if you want to submit 23, 24, and 25, and we'll average those. I don't know if it'll be higher or lower, but we'll go with whatever that amount is. So which option would you like, sir?
Well, I think it's only going to be with like a couple $100 difference is all I make each year. So I think I probably should just might as well just do the objection or withdraw my objection.
Okay. All right. All right. So given that, then the objection for the support objection is withdrawn. All right. Thank you both for appearing. You're all set today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The judge calmly shuts down every excuse, explaining that new relationships and poor financial choices don't change child support obligations. In the end, the father backs down and the support amount stays exactly the same. Was justice served in this courtroom today? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.